How did the Israelites really get to Egypt? Part 2 of The Truth They Never Told You by Fred Gamble. So before we talk about Egypt enslaving the Israelites, let's go back, all the way back to how the Israelites even got to Egypt in the first place. It didn't start with chains, it started with hunger. Visual: 4 scruffy brothers walking through wilderness, tired, holding hunting tools. The land was dry, the food was gone. The nation of Israel was starving. Hunters and gatherers weren't doing well. Crops were failing, bellies were growling. So 4 brothers got desperate. Visual: the youngest brother alone. The other 3 whispering and looking around nervously. And when you're desperate, you do dark things. 3 of those brothers took their youngest brother, their own blood, down to Egypt. And they sold him into slavery. For some food? Yeah, they traded their brother for a couple of meals. But that brother, he didn't fold. He worked. He rose. He became a high priest in Egypt. He bought his way out of slavery with wisdom, not war. He did so good, Pharaoh brought him in. And that brother said, "Look, my people are struggling. That's why I got sold in the first place. Can they come live here?" And Pharaoh said, "You did that well for us? Of course. Bring your people in, they're welcome here." So let's really think about that for a second. One Israelite gets sold into slavery, rises to power, and then invites his whole nation into Egypt. That don't sound like forced slavery. That sound like somebody knocked on a door and begged for a job. Egypt didn't enslave Israel overnight. Israel came during a famine and stayed for the favor. But somewhere along the way, that favor turned into fear. And fear turns into control. Pharaoh started seeing their numbers grow, their strength rise, and that's when things changed. So no, Egypt didn't drag Israel in chains. Israel came to Egypt starving and walked in on their own feet. Not every slave story starts with a whip.